Stopping sounds so simple. Clear the calendar, step out of the rhythm that kept you moving for months, and you expect your body to ease into the quiet. You expect your mind to follow. But when everything outside slows down, something inside you doesn't. Your shoulders stay tight, your thoughts push forward like they're trying to fill the silence before it ever even settles. And even your breathing feels unsure, like it's been running on its own and doesn't know how to pause with you. Rest should feel like relief, but it doesn't. Not at first. There's a kind of pressure that rises when the momentum all falls away, and you feel it before you can name it. It's a tightening, it's a worry, it's this quiet sense that you should be doing something, anything. You sit in the stillness, and it's like the stillness turns on a light that you didn't ask for. And most people think rest is the easy part. They assume slowing down is going to give you space to breathe. But for someone who's lived years with an engine running inside them, that quiet can feel very unfamiliar. You're used to motion helping you stay ahead of the things you don't want to feel. You're used to carrying responsibility like it's the only thing keeping the world from slipping. You're used to knowing exactly what to do next. Stillness doesn't give you direction. It just gives you yourself. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to sit with. You've lived long enough with a kind of inner tempo that never shuts off. And even when life pauses, your mind just keeps working, keeps solving, it keeps scanning. You might not show it on the outside, but something in you is always preparing for the next thing. So when the next thing doesn't come, what happens to the tension? It rises. Not because you're anxious, but because your system doesn't trust quiet yet. And you can tell when this hits you. You slow down and something inside you just tightens. You try to rest and your mind stirs like it's been interrupted. You feel guilt where you expected there to be peace. And then you feel this strange urgency that has no object, has no direction, has no reason. It's like your soul learned to believe that stopping means falling behind, or slipping, or letting something drop that you were supposed to hold. Then you start wondering why you can't relax, why your thoughts keep circling, why your body feels like it's bracing for something that never comes. And the more you notice it, the more personal it feels. You tell yourself, I should be able to rest by now. You say, hey, other people can rest. You tell yourself there's got to be something off inside you, something broken. But that's not it. You're not broken. You're not failing. You're not behind. You're just meeting the parts of you that have stayed hidden under motion. Motion gave those parts a place to hide. And it gave you a sense of control. It gave you this sense of worth. It gave you something to hold so you didn't have to feel what was underneath. And when you stop moving, the hiding places disappear. And what rises isn't weakness, it's truth. You weren't tired because of the workload. You were tired because you've been carrying yourself without any real rest in your spirit. And you weren't worn down because of the pace. You were worn down because the inner engine never got a chance to unclench. And when you finally gave it room to breathe, it didn't know how. It only knew how to keep going. Rest asks something from you that motion never did. Rest asks you to trust that everything will be all right without your hands on it. Rest asks you to sit with yourself without escaping into work. Rest asks you to believe that God holds what you cannot. And that kind of trust takes formation and not effort. God often uses stillness to bring the deeper things to the surface. And that's not to overwhelm you, but to heal you. He lets that momentum fade so the noise that once covered your soul becomes quiet enough for the deeper work to start. He lets the questions rise so they can finally be answered. He lets the fear speak so it can finally lose its power. He lets the quiet stay long enough for you to hear the difference between your own pressure and His presence. Rest isn't the absence of activity. Rest is the presence of safety. And safety grows slowly. It grows when you realize God isn't asking you to hold everything together. It grows when you start believing that your worth doesn't come from what you can carry. It grows when the silence becomes a place where God meets you, not a place where you feel exposed. You may not feel that safety yet, That's okay. This is a learning season for your soul. You're learning how to stop without feeling like you're losing ground. You're learning how to breathe without feeling guilty. And you're learning how to rest without checking the horizon for the next thing you're supposed to handle. It takes time for your spirit to believe what your mind already knows. That you're allowed to rest, that you're held, that the quiet is in fact not empty, that God is in it. Eventually, the engine inside you will quiet. And it's not going to be all at once, and it's not going to be because you forced it to. Because presence has a way of softening what pressure once controlled. Because trust grows in the places where motion used to hide you from yourself. And because God has a way of settling you from the inside out until the quiet no longer feels threatening, but it's going to start to feel familiar. And when that happens, rest won't feel like stopping. It'll feel like returning. It'll feel like coming back to the parts of you that were waiting for the noise to fade so they could finally breathe again. If you want to keep walking this out with me, I write 1 letter a week. It's slow, it's honest, it's grounded. You can find it in the description.